Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Newsfist. Yes, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I have been streaming over on Rumble, and if you would like to check out the live streams on Monday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. London time, you can do it by checking out the website link above you. YouTube penalizes anything where you put a website link in the description, so we can't really do that. Anyway, so everyone's been talking about AI. AI this, AI is going to take over the world. It's going to destroy the world like some kind of weird digital blancmange. It will take over all of our jobs and everyone is going to be out of work. Yeah, not quite so much. So, the entire world is essentially being deluged at the moment by people who are seeing if they can get away with being lazy by using ChatGPT to just sort of write stuff. And, I guess in a lot of cases, hoping that people won't look too closely to it. Just be like, yeah, no, it's fine. There's a bunch of words there. We're not going to read all of that. There you go. Now, one area where this does not seem to be working very well is in law. As we can see from this article from the New York Times, here's what happens when your lawyer uses ChatGPT. Yes, so it turns out that this particular lawyer who was attempting to litigate a case where a client had been smacked in the knee whilst on a flight. The cart they pushed down the middle with all the overpriced food on it. It smacked him in the knee and his knee was very, very upset. And so he sued the airline, and the lawyer that he paid for this, probably, some dodgy fly-by-night lawyer, have you been injured by an airline? Come to us. No win, no fee, kind of stuff. I don't know if that's the case. Basically used ChatGPT, right, to, do research on the case. Let's have a look. Man named Roberto Marta sued the airline Avianca, saying that he was injured when a metal serving cart struck his knee during a flight to Kennedy International Airport in New York. When Avianca asked a Manhattan federal judge to toss out the case, Mr. Marta's lawyer vehemently objected, submitting a 10-page brief that cited more than a dozen relevant court cases. There was Martinez versus Delta Airline, Zickerman versus Korean Airlines, and of course, Varghese versus China Southern Airlines, with its learned discussion of federal law and the tolling effect of the automatic stay on the statute of limitations. Okay? There was just one hitch. No one, not the airline's lawyers, not even the judge himself, could find the decisions or the quotations cited and summarized by the brief. Ooh dear. It turns out ChatGPT had invented everything. That's gotta hurt, mate. Imagine going into court and giving a 10-page brief to the judge, and the lawyer on the other side's like, look, none of these cases exist, and the judge is like, come here, we need to have a word in my chambers right now. The lawyer who created the brief, Stephen A. Schwartz of the firm Levido, and Oberman, okay, threw himself on the mercy of the court on Thursday. I bet he did throw himself on the mercy of the court, saying in an affidavit he had used the artificial intelligence program to do his legal research, a source that has revealed itself to be unreliable. He's like, no, look, why pay a paralegal to do the research? I got ChatGPT. They say it can do all kinds of things. Mr. Schwartz, who has practiced law in New York for 3 decades and is obviously too cheap to hire a freaking paralegal, told Judge P. Kevin Castell that he had no intent to deceive the court or the airline. Mr. Schwartz said he had never used ChatGPT before and therefore was unaware of the possibility that its content could be false. Well, yes, probably because nobody told him, because he probably reads stuff like the New York Times and all these articles saying, ChatGPT is going to replace everyone. He's probably like, oi, this is a great idea, Let's get ChatGPT to write the thing for us. I don't even have to pay a paralegal. He told Judge Castell, even asked the program to verify that the cases were real. Yes. You ask the liar whether the things they say are true. Of course, this has been a problem with ChatGPT and large language models for a while. You ask it something and it returns an answer, and it's very, very, very sure of the answer. And you ask the chatbot, is this true? And it's like, yes, it's absolutely true, right? And then often if you ask it to give you a source, it gives something that looks on the surface plausible, but is actually complete crap, because essentially it's just trying to sort of replicate stuff that it sees on the internet that looks fancy without any of the underlying research. So yes, he had asked the program to verify that the cases were real. ChatGPT had said yes. Mr. Schwartz said he greatly regrets relying on ChatGPT. Yeah, I fucking bet he does. And will never do so in the future without absolute verifications of its authenticity. Right, so translation, he'll hire a paralegal to look up the cases, but he'll get ChatGPT to write the body. Judge Castell said in an order that he had been presented with an unprecedented circumstance, a legal submission replete with bogus judicial decisions with bogus quotes and bogus internal citations. He ordered a hearing for June 8th to discuss the potential sanctions. Oh, so this is in about 5 days. So I can probably do a follow-up video when this guy gets disbarred for like trying to swindle the judge using ChatGPT. So yes, the New York Times goes on, as artificial intelligence sweeps the online world, it has conjured dystopian visions of computers replacing not only human interaction, but also human labor, or instituting woke communism. There's that, but it would be so bad at it, Everything's going to fall apart in like the first week if we can you imagine a lot of people are like, oh, we need AI government. Yeah, I don't think we're there yet. Could be a good tool for like a despotic regime though. So yes, the fear of being replaced has been especially intense for knowledge workers. Apparently this is very, very acute among sort of lawyers, or not quite so much lawyers, I imagine, but paralegals and researchers, the people who don't actually turn up to court. Remember, for every lawyer who actually goes to court, there are 10 or 20 other sort of little gremlins that are doing his researches and writing his filings and emailing back and forth. It's a complicated business, which is one of the reasons why it's so goddamn expensive. So the discussion now among the bar is how to avoid exactly what the case describes. Don't use ChatGPT. Pay actual people. Well, obviously, they don't want to do that. You can't just take the output and copy and paste it into your court filings. Who thought this was a good idea? I bet Mr. Schwartz thought that he was on the cutting edge, bro. So yes, it goes on. So I thought, so basically, right, it goes into a detail a little bit here. They're all fake. Some of the cases were real, but the actual opinions were completely different. So I thought I would do an experiment. I went to ChatGPT and I said, ChatGPT, oh holy ChatGPT, can you please give me 5 citations? 5 precedents in US court law regarding a customer injured by an attendant on an airplane, that's meant to say airplane, not airplace, that successfully received compensation, because I'm a lawyer and I really want to get paid. ChatGPT, of course, starts with it says this literally for almost everything now, right? I am sorry, but as an AI language model, this is basically how you know it's going to bullshit you. I don't have real-time access to current court case information or databases. Additionally, my training data only goes up until September 2021, so I cannot provide information on most recent cases. The implication that ChatGPT here is saying is that as long as the case is before 2021, it has access to that. But no, it doesn't. However, I can give you a general idea of some precedents that have been set in US court law regarding customers injured by attendants on airplanes. It is important to consult with a legal professional or conduct thorough research to obtain the most up-to-date and accurate information. Here is a few historical cases you may find relevant. I'm pressing X to doubt here, bros. Let's have a look. 1. United Airlines Incorporated versus McDonald, 1986. This case involved a passenger who was injured during turbulence on a United Airlines flight. The court ruled that the airline was responsible for the injuries and awarded compensation to the passenger. You want to bet whether this is actually true or not? Oh, so it is a real case, but it actually has to do with a stewardess that was fired for getting married. That's right. United Airlines wanted their stewardesses to remain unmarried, and this case was brought against them. That is United Airlines Incorporated versus McDonald. It has nothing to do with someone who was injured during turbulence on a United Airlines flight. So, case does exist, but completely wrong answer. 2. Coleman versus Delta Airlines 1990. In this case, a passenger was injured by an overhead bin that fell open during a Delta Airlines flight. The court held the airline liable for the passenger's injuries and awarded compensation. Let's have a look. Coleman v. Delta Airlines 1990. It does not even exist. Ooh. Oh, ChatGPT. That's a bad ChatGPT. 3. Rodriguez versus Airborne Express 1996. This case involved a passenger who was injured on when an Airborne Express employee negligently dropped a package on her foot while loading the aircraft. The court ruled in the favor of the passenger and awarded compensation for her injuries. So this case also does exist. However, this is actually about a disability discrimination case about employment and housing. It has nothing to do with injury. Rodriguez was employed as a delivery truck driver until he was terminated, allegedly for absenteeism. Rodriguez contends that his attendance problems were caused by his severe mental depression that resulted from the death of his infant son and other family difficulties. So, nothing to do with someone dropping a package on anyone's foot. Shanahan versus Eastern Airlines 1997. This case involved a passenger who suffered injuries when a flight attendant negligently spilled hot coffee on her during a flight. The court held the airline responsible for injuries and awarded compensation to the passenger. Oh my god. The case doesn't exist. Oh, ChatGPT, how could you lie to me, bro? I was reliably informed by the mainstream media that AI was going to take all of our jobs, bros. 5. Aigner versus United States 2006. In this case, a passenger was injured when a flight attendant accidentally struck him with a beverage cart. The court ruled in favor of the passenger and awarded compensation for his injuries. And that case doesn't exist either. ChatGPT is like, remember, each case is unique and outcomes can vary depending on the specific circumstances, evidence presented, all of that like stuff. Any interpretation of the law by the court. If you require information on recent cases, it's best to consult legal resources or seek advice from a qualified attorney. ChatGPT, you lied to... What do you think will happen if I ask it? And ChatGPT comes back there with its usual mealy-mouthed response. I apologize for any inconsistencies in my previous response. As an AI language model, you can't blame me. I generate responses based on patterns and examples in the data I have been trained on. I don't have direct access to external databases or the ability to browse the internet. But you did have the ability to browse the internet. Your model was trained on data scraped from the internet. You literally told me in the previous thing that you have access to case law in the US up to 2021. Oh my god, bro. ChatGPT lied to me. How am I going to sleep at night? So brokenhearted. Therefore, I might not have the most up-to-date or comprehensive information. Yeah, but it doesn't say that you're just going to lie. You could just be like, oh, I don't know. To find accurate and up-to-date information on court cases regarding customers injured by attendants on airplanes, I recommend consulting legal databases. Weren't you trained on these? They will provide access to the most relevant and current information. Well, looks like we are not going to be replaced just yet, lawyer bros. Not that I'm a lawyer, but if you're watching this, your job is safe, or at least the part where a paralegal will have to check all of the bullshit references that ChatGPT throws out. Okay, ChatGPT might be able to help with drafting your affidavit or legal brief, but you're still going to need an actual human to do the actual research. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little video. It's been a while. As I said, I have been live streaming. Check out... Wait, where's the... Above. The link above. Check it out. Newsfist.net. We are streaming Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. London time. Come along. It's very comfy. It's a nice, chat. We cover current news and all that kind of good stuff. I hope to see you all there. Good night.